Hello friends, do you know that the popular belief that lactic acid causes muscle fatigue is a myth? Let me explain you the science behind it. What actually causes muscle fatigue? So, during any physical activity or sport of short duration, say for example 30 seconds to 3 minutes, the body generally uses the short-term energy system or the process of glycolysis to produce ATP in order to produce energy for muscle contraction. And the whole process of ATP is basically fueled by the macronutrient carbohydrate, and during the process of glycolysis, carbohydrate is generally converted to pyruvate, and pyruvate is converted to either lactate, and ATP is produced in the sarcoplasm of the muscle cell, which is also known as fast glycolysis or anaerobic glycolysis. But the event of that activity has to be of high intensity. And all the pyruvate can directly settle into the mitochondria of the muscle cell to undergo Krebs cycle, or also called the citric acid cycle, to produce ATP inside the mitochondria, which is also a transition towards the beginning of oxidative system. And this whole process is also known as slow glycolysis or aerobic glycolysis. But the activity has to be of low intensity. And the formation of basically lactate from pyruvate is triggered by the enzyme lactate dehydrogenase. Sometimes mistakenly, the end result of this reaction is said to be the formation of lactic acids. But however, due to the physiological pH balance that is near 7 and earlier steps in glycolysis that consumes protons, lactate rather than lactic acid is produced. Although the muscular fatigue experienced during exercise often correlates with the tissues with high tissue concentration of lactate, lactate is actually not the cause of fatigue, because however, exercise-induced muscle fatigue is generally believed to be caused by protons, which are basically positively charged hydrogen ions accumulating in the muscle cells, which in turn reduces the intracellular pH balance and inhibits glycolytic reactions, which is basically the normal process of glycolysis, and directly interferes with the muscle's contractile ability and possibly inhibiting calcium binding into troponin. And this process is basically exercise induced decrease in pH balance, and is also referred to as metabolic acidosis, and maybe it can be responsible for much of the muscular fatigue, and that occurs during exercise. But more recently, new studies have come up, and it has been said that the role of metabolic acidosis in exercise-induced muscle fatigue has been questioned, and other theories and factors have been reported to play a prominent role in exercise-induced muscle fatigue, such as increase in interstitial or intracellular concentration of potassium, which is again a positively charged ion, and concentration that impairs calcium release in the muscle cells, which inhibits the muscle contraction, resulting in fatigue. But however, evidence suggests that other mechanisms, such as the simple hydrolysis of ATP or the breakdown of ATP, is also responsible for most of the muscle fatigue, and because it causes accumulation of protons or the hydrogen ions, which is basically a positively charged hydrogen ion. But actually lactate itself actually works to decrease metabolic acidosis, and rather than accelerate it, because there is scientific evidence which shows that lactic acid does not cause muscle fatigue or metabolic acidosis. In fact, lactase is generally oftenly used as an energy substrate, especially in type 1 muscle fibers and cardiac muscle fibers. It is also used in glucogenesis, which is basically the formation of glucose in the body from non-carbohydrate sources, and during extended exercise period, for example marathon or any kind of long distance or long-term exercise activity, and during recovery. So that's the fact behind it. So next time if somebody tells you that lactic acid is the main cause of muscle fatigue, don't believe them, and please keep watching my videos, and if you like it, give a thumbs up and keep sharing with your friends. I'll be coming up with more informative and motivating videos like this. Until then, goodbye, and stay safe, stay strong, and stay healthy. Bye bye.